Aloha and a good day to you. I'm Jonathan Masaki sitting in for Ashley Nagaoka. On Hawaii Island this morning, a prayer for healing and a plea to the public to drive with care whenever you step into your car. A special Healing Our Highways Vigil and Remembrance event was held in West Hawaii today. This to encourage Big Island motorists to really think about safety on public roadways. So far this year, there have been 19 fatalities on Hawaii Island roads. Interim Police Chief Reed Mahuna says all of these tragedies could have been prevented.
When deciding if you should pass in a no passing zone or speed past a car because you are late or get into your vehicle after having too much to drink, just remember that in the blink of an eye, those that you care about can pay an especially high price for your actions.
Mahuna's message to the public this morning was a call to drive with aloha, responsibility, and awareness so that more families do not have to endure such devastating losses. And Hawaii Island Police are stepping up enforcement on Daniel K. Inouye Highway after a crash last week that killed a 47-year-old woman and a 3-week-old baby. The driver blamed for causing the crash was arrested for reckless driving and for driving under the influence. Police arrested 7 drivers for excessive speeding in the same area the next day, including an alleged drunk driver. Officers will be out conducting high visibility speed checks on that highway and other high-risk areas. Speeding is one of the leading causes for traffic crashes, serious injuries, and fatalities on the island this year. It was another deadly day on Oahu roads. 2 pedestrians were killed in separate crashes yesterday. A 71-year-old woman was struck and killed on Kahekili Highway in Kaneohe. It happened just after 6 last night. Police tell us the woman was not in a marked crosswalk at the time. She was pronounced dead at the scene.
It's just kind of crazy that that happens so often right now. And, it's right near where, in the area where we live. And so, somebody my parents' age, gets hit. It's really it's a terrible tragedy.
The crash forced the closure of the highway for hours. Police did not believe the driver was speeding or intoxicated. Meantime, family members have identified the teen killed in a Nanakuli crash yesterday morning as Tera Mahelone. Her mother says the 19-year-old was walking to her job at Starbucks just before 5 a.m. That's when 2 vehicles tried to merge into the same lane on Farrington Highway and collided. One of the drivers lost control and careened into Tea, who later died at a hospital. Loved ones gathered at a memorial near the crash site where Tea's mother gave an emotional plea to drivers.
Pay attention, slow down. I mean, I don't get to celebrate my daughter anymore. Her life was cut short for whatever reason. It's not fair, but I know that I just want everybody to, hey, if you're late, wake up earlier. Don't speed.
Police say the 37-year-old man who hit Teo was also struck another pedestrian, a 42-year-old woman. Both of them suffered serious injuries. HPD says the driver of the other vehicle that tried to merge was a 22-year-old woman who was not hurt. There now have been 72 deaths on Oahu roads in 2025. That is up from 38 at the same point last year. And in light of the tragic vehicle and pedestrian collisions, Honolulu EMS is joining the Blood Bank of Hawaii to urge residents to donate blood. They held a press conference at the Blood Bank on Yonge Street just moments ago to get the word out.
You all know there's been a rise in traffic fatalities this year. There's also been a rise in serious and critical traffic accidents. And people need blood transfusions when they've suffered from critical trauma. And we only have one blood bank. We depend on them. They're our partners. And the hospitals desperately need this in emergencies.
Now, for more information about donating, head to the HawaiiNewsNow.com website. Now, here's a look at Hurricane Melissa from the International Space Station. This is video of the storm moving over Cuba after making landfall as a Category 5 hurricane in Jamaica. The United States is sending rescue and response teams to the Caribbean following Hurricane Melissa. At least 25 people are dead in Haiti. In Jamaica, most of the country is still without power. Search and rescue teams are still trying to reach parts of the island. Jason Allen is in Jamaica with the latest.
Video from above the fishing village of Alligator Pond shows massive destruction. And on the ground,
roof has gone, clothes has wet up, I need some help. Please, I need some help.
Power lines are down across Jamaica, roads covered in mud and water, and homes damaged or destroyed. Tourists captured the damage throughout the island's hotels and resorts. Melissa came ashore as a Category 5 hurricane Tuesday, with wind gusts topping 200 miles an hour. The storm damaged several buildings at St. Elizabeth Technical High School. Students and teachers at this high school sheltered in a concrete building. This is their classroom. The roof ripped off and the walls are now piled onto all of the desks and chairs where they would have been sitting on a normal day.
So it's important that we get back to some level of normalcy.
Principal Keith Wellington told us he wants to find a way to keep the school's senior class together.
It's not even just about school and getting to do their exams, but the period of socialization, what they go through when they're at school with their friends, it helps them mentally.
Jamaican authorities say 25,000 people here are in shelters, and they are working on a long-term housing plan.
No one must be turned back from the shelters. No one.
There are similar scenes in Cuba, where 700,000 are in shelters after Melissa made landfall as a Category 3 hurricane. The storm, seen here from the International Space Station, is moving over the Bahamas and will reach Bermuda on Thursday. Jason Allen, CBS News, Santa Cruz, Jamaica.
And let's just take the latest look at the information for Hurricane Melissa. This is from the National Hurricane Center's latest update out there. It is still a Category 1 storm. It's got winds of 90 miles per hour. Those are still sustained winds, so incredibly strong still as it's moving over eastern Cuba and starting to move up towards Turks and Caicos and also the Bahamas out there. Again, it's going to be moving out towards the northeast, towards Bermuda. You can see in the latest track, it's a Category 1. It's actually expected to re-strengthen to a Category 2 as it's moving back out over open waters and then moving out into the northern Atlantic. If you can just take a look at the satellite imagery, you can see it falling apart over eastern Cuba and then starting to re-strengthen over those waters just off to its northeast. You can even see that eye collapse as it's making landfall. I'll give you a look at our local forecast coming up.
Thank you very much, Drew. We're learning more about a Waianae teen fisherman who died in an accident last week. Micah Hemp Iarte and 17-year-old Tony Siafanua drowned off Kaena Point on Saturday. Micah had just turned 17 last month. His family tells us they are remembering him as a person who was caring and helpful to those around him. He played football from Pop Warner to Waianae High School. Micah dreamed of being a business owner one day, and he had a knack for drawing and graphic design.
He was my best friend. He's the kind of guy who's happy-go-lucky. He loves to tell jokes. He loves to be outdoor, go fishing. Fishing just became his favorite. He loved to go riding on his golf cart around the neighborhood, hang out with his friends. He was very helpful, always helping others.
Memorial services are pending. And coming up, the latest on the government shutdown and its effect on the Federal Food Assistance Program. Plus, find out what the Aloha United Way is doing to help families who face losing their SNAP benefits. Our Casey Lund will be here with details. We'll be right back. Tens of millions of Americans who rely on federal food assistance to help feed their families are about to have that help cut off. The Trump administration says funding for SNAP will run out on November 1st. Olivia Gazis has more from the White House.
Okay, thank you.
Democrats on Capitol Hill are sounding the alarm about SNAP food assistance benefits not going out on Saturday.
If ever you met the definition of disaster, it is hungry kids and seniors and disabled folks having nowhere to turn for basic nutrition.
Congress previously approved more than $5 billion for a contingency fund to keep the SNAP program going. But the Trump administration says it will not tap into that reserve. More than 24 states are now suing to force the administration to fund the program.
They are doing this on purpose. It is deliberate. It is intentional. They have the funds. They're just not using them.
President Trump was asked about SNAP benefits during his trip to Asia, and he said that they would, in his words, get it done. But not until the government is reopened.
All they have to do is say, let's get back to business, and we're back. There's nothing to sign. There's nothing to negotiate.
Some Republican senators argue more than 40 million Americans missing those benefits will force Democrats to give in the ongoing shutdown stalemate.
But people begin to lose their benefits. You got a problem with military pay, SNAP benefits. A lot of things happen bad this weekend. I'm hoping next week, hopefully after the election, that we can get the government back open.
But others aren't as hopeful.
Normally, when you're about to achieve a breakthrough, you're going to have more formal negotiations, probably with 3 to 5 members on either side, and then it grows from there. I don't see any evidence of that now.
The Congressional Budget Office now estimates the shutdown may have already cost the economy up to $7 billion. Olivia Gazis, CBS News, the White House.
Now, Hawaii is one of the 25 states now suing to protect those SNAP food benefits. The Democratic-run coalition of states says that Trump is threatening illegal cuts to the program. Hawaii lawmakers are also working on a plan to provide $100 million in housing assistance for the state's neediest families so they will have more money to buy groceries. $2 million in state funds is also heading to local food banks. The end of SNAP potentially on Saturday would strip the state of about $60 million in federal funding.
So that's an impossible gap for us to close on our own. We are and will do everything we can, but we cannot close that gap alone.
You folks are being put in between a rock and a hard place to try to find these monies. I am a little bit disappointed, well, really quite a bit disappointed, that rainy day funds were not, couldn't be used.
Using that rainy day fund for food would require a special session of the legislature. Now, as the need for food assistance in Hawaii is expected to ramp up even higher, Aloha United Way is bringing several nonprofits together to talk about how they're responding. Casey Lunn has the details.
Aloha and good afternoon from the Aloha United Way headquarters. This is the 211 call center where really hardworking, passionate, caring folks take those 211 calls, connect people with different organizations, nonprofits. They're able to help with food assistance, rental assistance, utility assistance, all kinds of things. Mental health, that's a big part of this conversation we're having, as so many of our families in Hawaii are struggling to put food on the table, wondering how they're going to pay their utility bill. So I want to introduce King Zali. He is the coordinator for the 2-in-1 program. Thanks for being with us today. Always available to call within the hours, of course. You guys open at 7 in the morning, I believe. And we have your dedicated team here. A lot of folks work from home too. You have the hybrid work model. And that kind of helps with people being more comfortable as well, having these really difficult conversations, but knowing that the other person on the end of the line is not just doing this as a job. You know, they're here to help, really.
Exactly.
So, but one of the things you're anticipating is higher call volume. How are you working to address that and get people still to the services they need as quickly as you can?
Yeah, as we know, if you don't know, you can go to search.aew211.org, and during the high volume time, you can self-service on there. You can go and search food pantries or any related resources on here. That way you can gather all your information. If you need more information, that's when you can actually call. You come on here and just search food pantry. It's as easy as that.
See if we can find one, right?
Right. Let's see, I put food pantry on here. Got the key term. And you can see right now we have a lot of programs for food pantries in here. Yeah. And we also have our trending right now. It's actually food pantry.
To the very top.
Right. So I put that in there, and now you can put your zip code. So we're in the Kalihi area, so I hit search. So what it's going to do is it's not going to limit you to just that one area.
Yeah.
It's just going to link, it's just going to sort it closest to
Proximity
you.
wise.
Proximity, because we don't want you to drive too far, right?
Yeah.
So we have all of this on here, and it's also mapped out, so you can kind of plan out your day from here.
And you can find, you know, maybe a organization that you're familiar with. That's the Philam Seventh-day Adventist Church at the top. So that might be more comfortable for people in that community. And then it also talks about income requirements and things like that. Anything you need to know.
Exactly.
And this just goes to show you that Aloha United Way has been really doing a lot of work to compile all this information and make sure that it's available for people. And you guys are kind of working, I don't want to say around the clock, but basically, you know, it's kind of all hands on deck. I know that they were just having a meeting with all these nonprofits recently. That you folks are taking this seriously, and you know there's going to be increased need, right?
Exactly. Like whenever these things, and we're at the place where I'd say it's a trifecta. It's at the end of the month. The spirit of what's going on right now, and you know, so people are calling not just for food but also for rent and utility to help with all of that. So you can, and if we're that busy, right, you can always come on here, and you can always print this stuff too. You don't have to. You can hit print. You can share it to your email. You can, everything is simple.
Share
right
with
here.
a friend that maybe has a little too much, isn't able to ask for that help, and it might be an easy way to kind of connect them with things that a lot of people, you know, have shame, unfortunately, with circumstances that are beyond their control. But there's resources to help them, and that's what we're trying to get the word out about. So Kingsley with us again from 211 here at Aloha United Way. Thank you so much. Again, it's search.auw211.org. We have all the information at hawaiinewsnow.com as well. We'll send things back into the studio for now.
Hey, thanks, Casey. Stick around. Coming up after the break, we've got your forecast for the next 3 days. The details on this coming up.
First Alert Weather with Drew Davis.
All right, let's take a look at what we're tracking over the next several days. Here's our First Alert weather headlines. We've got lighter trades and intermittent rainfall. The trades are going to be building back in over the next few days. Isolated thunderstorms just near Kauai and Oahu. These are going to be staying offshore, and an approaching front that's going to be moving in Sunday into Monday. A quick look at the next 3 days in our First Alert weather forecast. You can see as we're going forward, we're going to be seeing mostly sunny conditions. Again, most of the rainfall is going to be staying offshore. That low pressure that's still hanging around the island chain, still allowing a few downpours out there. But again, most of it is going to be over the ocean. Breezy trades out there on Saturday. As we're going into Sunday and Monday, however, things are expected to change as a new new front is going to be moving in. Here's a quick look at our island by island forecast. This is for your Thursday, October 30th. Over on Kauai, we've got scattered showers, mostly sunny conditions. Moving down to Oahu, 87 in town, mostly sunny out there, 82 in Kaneohe. East-northeasterlies between 10 to 15 miles per hour. Some wind gusts getting closer to 20. Maui County, mostly sunny out there, and over to Maui proper, 87 in Kahului, 87 in Kihei, and a few showers over in Hana tomorrow. Kailua Kona around 85. Isolated showers possible just Mauka of Kona Town tomorrow afternoon. 83 in Hilo. There's a few showers out there. These are mostly windward showers moving in. And the northern portions excuse me, of Hawaii Island will be moving in. Northeasterlies between 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wind gusts closer to 20 miles per hour. You can see those downpours on our first alert radar and satellite. A few of them actually moving in towards Volcano and over near the Puna district of Hawaii Island. Relatively dry across the rest of the state. And those downpours just offshore out there just to the southwest of the island chain. So most of these are going to be staying offshore. Over on our first alert radar and satellite, you can see relatively dry over Oahu, Maui County. And again, we've got those showers moving in closer to Puna, closer to Volcano. We'll likely see a few showers actually moving in towards South Point, where they desperately need the rainfall. South Point is actually under extreme drought, level 3 out of 4 drought conditions as outlined by the Hawaii State climatologist. Also dry over on Kauai. Our first alert futurecast going forward, you can see a few showers out there over the next couple of days, but overall relatively dry compared to the first half of this week. Thursday evening, a few showers out there over windward portions of the island. And as we're going into the beginning of next week, this is Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, we're watching this weak front that's going to be moving in. This is the northwestern half of the state over near Kauai. The models have actually backed off a little bit about how much rainfall we're going to be getting. You can see as we're going into Monday, the front really doesn't get as far towards the eastern half of the state as we originally had it, but it's still an increased chance for showers out there. This is going to continue evolving as we're going forward. Our surf and shoreline forecast, north-facing shores around 7 to 10 feet for Wednesday afternoon, west-facing shores around 4 to 6. And here's your 7-day forecast. Halloween coming up on Friday. Hope you have your costume ready. Sunday and Monday currently highlighted in red as that front approaches.
Much mahalo, Drew. Happening now, Hawaiian electric crews are performing emergency repairs in an electrical vault that's causing a temporary outage to traffic signals in the Waikiki, Ala Moana, and Makali areas. The repairs will impact traffic signals from noon to 7 p.m. this evening. Motorists are urged to take alternative routes or expect lengthy traffic delays. Affected traffic signals include those along Ala Moana Boulevard, Kalakaua Avenue, Makali Street, and Kai'o'o Drive. And coming up next, we're going to take you to the Big Apple for a rat tour. What that's all about, stay with us to find out. Well, Drew Davis, I know you have gone to New York.
Yeah, I love New York.
The Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty, they are the must things to do for any New York sightseer.
But how about this? How about a rat tour? Jared Hill takes us along.
In a city of bright lights and big buildings,
does anyone want to see rats?
Suzanne Reisman focuses on New York's less desirable attractions.
This is an extensive rat burrow.
Equipped with her furry ears,
I am also a graduate of the New York City Rat Academy.
It's Reisman's business to point out what's lurking in the Big Apple's dirty underbelly.
There are a couple of facts that may give you nightmares by the end.
The tour isn't just gross. She says it's an opportunity for education.
If we could clean up our acts on garbage, we really wouldn't have as many rats.
Recent research shows rat populations spiking in cities across the country, growing their ranks in denser human living conditions with less vegetation and warmer winters.
That gives rats a little bit longer time to stay above ground and to forage and get more food and maybe squeeze out another reproductive cycle or two.
While the climate is a daunting challenge,
the containers also are making a big difference in our rats.
Reisman points to simple things people and cities can do to curb the rodents, like tossing that empty bag of chips in the trash.
The rat can go right inside and just lick out the grease, and that's perfect food for it.
Turns out there's no limit to how low some rats will go.
This is our spontaneous dog poop stop.
She calls them rat snacks.
When people don't clean up their dog poop, not only is it unhygienic and disgusting in general, but they leave food for rats.
All food for thought for folks like Bob Nanny visiting from Cleveland.
It's a different part of the history of New York, which is nice to see.
Residents wouldn't mind seeing a little less. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Now tell me, Drew, if you go back to the Big Apple,
Yeah.
is that a tour you're going to take?
You know, probably not. That's pretty cool, though. You know what those rats are probably saying, Jonathan?
What are they saying?
I'm walking here.
Oh, my gosh. There you go.
I'm walking here. All right.
I love it. I love it.
This is a very interesting story that we ended the show on.
It certainly is.
And
Look how
a
nice outside.
beautiful look out towards the Reef Runway. Lots of sunshine today. Again, we're tracking that weak front that's going to be moving in Sunday into Monday. Make sure to download the First Alert weather app. There's no rats on there.
Mongoose.
More news coming up at 4. See you then.